Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about the idea of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shutting down Devin White for the remainder of this season, and they made a move today that is a little bit of an indicator that that may be a possibility here with 3 weeks left in the regular season. And let's go ahead and dive into it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers re-signed V. Jones to the practice squad. I've talked about V. Jones. He has been with the Seahawks in the past. He was with the Bucs practice squad going back to November 22nd was whenever they had originally signed him to the practice squad. And at that time, as you guys can see here, like J.J. Russell was brought up to the active roster. V. Jones was on the practice squad because guess what? The Buccaneers had nobody at linebacker. Absolutely nobody. Like, let's break it down again. Lavonte David was out with injury. Devin White was out with injury. KJ Britt was healthy, but then got knocked out with injury. Servassier Dennis was out with an illness. So you had J.J. Russell in there at linebacker and Ryan Neal having to play linebacker, converting over from safety basically for a game or two. That was why you brought in V. Jones, because you needed that depth at linebacker, because you just needed some guys who knew how to play the position. Point blank, simple as that. I mean, V. Jones was a body who knew how to play linebacker, and you could at least try and get him up to speed on some of the simple concepts of the defense, and that was why you brought him in, was literally as an emergency, because the Bucs were in thin straits here with the linebacker core in late November. Now, V. Jones has obviously been with the Bucs on and off for the past month. Pretty much a month later, on December 19th, he has now been re-signed. Why do I feel like this is significant? Right? Well, we talked about this situation with Devin White, how he was a healthy inactive last week. Whether or not you do want to believe that, you don't want to believe that, going based off of what is reported, that the Bucs did not dispute that Devin White being inactive was not an injury. They didn't say that it was because of an injury and that's the reason why he was inactive. It was reported that he was inactive and it was a coach's decision. It wasn't anything to do with injury. Devin White had practiced the entire week leading up to that. Come game time, he's inactive. Then Rick Stroud comes out with a report saying that Devin White had essentially gotten word that he was going to be benched in favor of KJ Britt. He didn't like that. He told the coaches that he was not feeling well enough to play, so they made him inactive. And that has caused a lot of different splintering views, a lot of splintering discussions and opinions and whatnot about Devin White, his leadership, his attitude, all these different types of things. You're hearing some murmuring from Buccaneers media that Devin White is not the most popular guy amongst the Bucs coaching staff right now, amongst the Bucs locker room right now, because essentially you're a team captain and you don't sit well with a benching and you essentially, possibly give up on your team. That's not a great look. And the reason I explained that whole situation again is because the Bucs have brought back V. Jones. Now, why would they do that? Well, if they have 5 linebackers, including Devin White, on their roster right now, again, Lavonte David, Devin White, KJ Britt, you have Servassier Dennis, and J.J. Russell, it's 5 inside linebackers. You wouldn't need V. Jones there on the practice squad necessarily. However, if you don't plan on playing Devin White the remainder of this year, if you plan on saying, we're done with this situation and we're going to be quietly not playing Devin White throughout the remainder of the year and moving on from this, then you may want to bring in another linebacker if you've only got 4, given the injury history with the Bucs linebackers throughout this year already. And you could still play Devin White if he would be willing to play, but maybe there's some type of agreement here where Devin White says, I'm not playing throughout the rest of this year, and the Bucs are saying, good, we don't want to see you play either. I don't know. And that's a theory. I'm not saying that to put words in people's mouths. I don't have any reports on that. I'm just guessing here based on what I'm seeing on some of these transactions. And I know some people are going to say, come on, James, you really think that them re-signing linebacker V. Jones to the practice squad means that they're shutting Devin White down for the remainder of this season? I don't know, but I'm saying it's a possibility. And why would they need the extra depth at linebacker when they felt very good about moving on from V. Jones once everybody was healthy in late November, a week ago, whenever it was determined that everybody was going to be healthy, Devin White included, by the way, they felt that it was appropriate to get rid of V. Jones. And then a week later, to the day after the whole Devin White debacle, you decide to bring V. Jones back. Little interesting to me, guys. Little interesting to me. Just something to consider there, something that I want us to think about and talk about. Because I think that that's, something to that there. If you look at the threads, if you maybe make a little bit of it's just a theory, a Bucs theory. That's something that's on my mind whenever I saw that move. I thought, man, I wonder if that does mean that. Because it wouldn't surprise me. Would it surprise you guys if this situation boiled over like this? Because this is something that I feel like's been coming all year. With the trade request, with the poor play, with the contract demands, this is something that has been boiling, folks. And has been building and building and building to a breaking point. I think we've reached that breaking point. Devin White's not the first player to say, like, hey, I'm tapping out, I'm done on a team. And he won't be the last, that's for sure. So it wouldn't be surprising if this was the breaking point, the boiling point, and we don't see Devin White active for another game this season. It's just something I wanted to think about and something I wanted to present your guys' way as well. What do you guys think about this? The idea of the Bucs shutting Devin White down for the remainder of the season. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think that isn't going to happen? Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I would love to hear them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.